Hi, this is Alan Biggs welcoming you to the Sheffield edition of the Ref Show, and I begin with a sincere apology. We haven't really got any major talking points to bring you about the referees who took charge of the Blades and the Owls last weekend. Nothing at all. So I would like to say, really sorry, that we're going to have to talk about football instead. Is that all right? Is that okay with you? Is that all right with you, Brian? We'll talk about Sheffield United first of all. Yeah. Keith Hackett joins us as well. Talk about his beloved Owls in a minute. Are the Blades going to fall between a few stools this season? They've been competitive on so many fronts.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the cup runs that they've had, and they've had like 3 games in a week, 2 of them cup games. Fortunately, they've got the squad that can cope. But in amongst all of that, you know, it's still a big burden, you know, on the league campaign. So as much as, and you know, anybody will tell you the same thing, you know, the main priority is to get promoted or to get into the playoffs. The cup runs, you know, it's great for the fans, realistically. It's you're always going to have the top 4 or 5 teams in the country winning the cups.
It's helped with the finances too.
It's been fantastic, and don't get me wrong, you know, if they'd have beaten Preston, then they've got Manchester United at home, which would have been fantastic.
It would have.
But
Brian Clough, Nigel Clough, I should say, has got. Where did that slip come from? It's got a big squad though. He can virtually change his entire 11 from game to game if he wants to.
Yeah, he can, and that's
has done.
He has done, and it worked. You know, they put in a fantastic performance against Tottenham, and then you know the team was changed for the Saturday game against Swindon, who were up at the top at the time, and they beat them 2-0. And then you know, then they've gone back and they've got beaten against Preston. So it's been a really tough period. Yeah, and Gillingham as well, and I believe they've got a very tough game coming up at the weekend. So
they've got Bristol City away, which is a really big one. Well, we hope that they're rewarded because it's been a fantastic season overall. Hope they get their rewards. Sheffield Wednesday is a different case in that we're into or about to enter a new era. Milan Mandaric took his bow last weekend before the game against Cardiff, the 1-1 draw. Isn't it rare actually to see a chairman go out, or an owner in this case, he's both roles, go out to great public acclaim? Isn't that refreshing?
Well, it's refreshing in the fact that when you consider where the club was when he took over, it was certainly in the doldrums.
Yeah. Well, in fact, they could have gone out of business.
Yeah, and you know, he's made some pretty big decisions on the way. I've got a lot of time for the current coach manager. I think that he's very experienced, Stuart Gray, and he's made perhaps the best of the squad that he's got. But you know, like most spectators, I think we would say we ain't got enough players of real quality. The likes of Brian Deans we could do with up front.
He's available.
But I think most teams would like.
You say quality?
Well, yeah, I do, because you stay at the ball in the back of the net, and the reality is that in football, this is where there's across the board in the Championship.
Entertainment value has been sadly lacking at Hillsborough this season. I think everybody knows that, but there's an opportunity to invest now. Some new players have arrived, and it's timely for me to ask Brian Dean, because people still talk about it to this day. How close were you, or were you even close at all, to joining Sheffield Wednesday from Sheffield United all those years ago?
I think realistically it couldn't have happened, not for me, because I know they did put in an offer. I did speak, but it was more out of courtesy.
So you spoke to Trevor Francis, who was the manager at the time?
Yeah, I did. I spoke, but it was out of courtesy, you know, because for me, it would have been very difficult to leave Sheffield United and go to Sheffield Wednesday.
Slightly.
Yeah. So it was never going to happen. But
you went to Leeds, but I think the fee paid that Leeds paid was less than Sheffield Wednesday were prepared to pay for you.
It was, and you know that's politics, nothing to do with me. But it would have been very difficult, you know, after, like I said, I had some fantastic years. To then go over to the other side of the city, I'd have had to get a police escort into training. So, no, not for me.
Yeah, you were always known as a brave player, but you weren't
not
quite that brave.
No.
Brian, it's great chatting to you. Let's hope that Sheffield United have a successful end to the season. Sheffield Wednesday could yet, actually, because it's not unbridgeable. The gap to the playoffs is far slimmer than Sheffield United's gap to automatic promotion.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Stuart Gray's done a fantastic job there.
Let's hope that what often happens doesn't happen, which is a new owner, a new manager. in fairness to Stuart Gray, he deserves an opportunity, doesn't he?
Oh, I think it'd be wrong to replace him. I think that most Wednesday fans would support the fact that he's done extremely well with, if you like, little amounts of money.
Yeah.
But you know, when you look at Hillsborough, it used to be the stadium in the top stadium in the country. He's far from that at the moment. He's looking
Semi-finals.
tired. The pitch is poor. I don't think that helps the passing game. You know, Wednesday try and play that on occasion.
It's not just Sheffield Wednesday. I was at Elland Road last Saturday, and that's the same in terms of dilapidation and wear and tear over the years. So it's not only Hillsborough.
I think what you're finding is a lot of unfortunately in our region, the stadiums are being left behind now, and that's because we're spending too far out of the top division. And that money's not coming in to
replenish
refurbish. So you know, we do need a resurgence in the area, I think.
Absolutely. Dino, thanks very much indeed, and to Keith.
Okay.
And join us again that was a Ref Show with a difference. Hope you enjoyed it. Join us again next week. Bye.